And Adriel has a perfect 3-0 record versus Airsurfer this year in CRL.
Wow, and we're seeing a lot of hog EQ. That's probably going to be the deck from Adriel on that end. Airsurfer, I think he's going back to the deck that he lost with in game number 2. Bowler coming out, NATO coming out, probably going to be running that E-Giant once again, seeing that he can make sure that he doesn't make those same mistakes from his first set.
Yeah, you know what? I really like what Adriel's doing here. The rookie obviously coming off of a very big day yesterday, but you still imagine nerves are there. Again, he's still a rookie, but he goes back to his comfort here. He's ran Hog Rider almost 60 times this year in CRL. 59 times he's ran Hog Rider with a 63% win rate. So I like coming out with it in game number 1. Go to your comfort, go to what you know, and also you know your opponent is on their back foot. So I love this deck pick by Adriel, even though we've seen a lot of Hog today.
And right there, actually, that's a great point from Adriel, and I want to say the same thing from Airsurfer. If you're going to lose a game and you get swept, a lot of players are going to think, oh, he's not going to run that same deck. I can run a deck that matches up well against what he lost with in game number 2. And Airsurfer, forgetting that, just saying, hey, I think this deck works in this meta, I'm still going to run it. I can do this.
Yeah, E-Giant ran 20 times by Airsurfer with a 55% win rate. Hoping to turn that win rate around on both sides versus Adriel and with E-Giant.
Knight in response, going to be able to take out the Bowler. Left side Crown Tower going to be taking out the Skellies, not locking onto the Phoenix. So with the help of the Ice Bear, a little bit of a mistake from Adriel, and that's going to give up 300 HP worth of damage.
Yeah, just a little bit late on getting those goblins down to kite. And now Airsurfer tries to apply just a little bit more pressure, see if he can take advantage of that elixir lead. And Bowler opposite lane, I'm sure Tornado's ready.
Archer able to completely take out the Ice Spirit, so no Ice Spirit jump coming in from Adriel. Both players finally getting some pushes going down the lane. Do not believe that NATO is in cycle, so he's going to have to figure out a different way to take out the Firecracker, and he does so nicely. Archers snipe it, even though it tries to jump away.
Yeah, Firecracker has been a nuisance today, and honestly, AC, I think as the tournament's been going on, Tesla has started to feel more and more like the building of choice here at CRL 2023. Obviously, we've seen more Monk. That's a really great response, and of course, Balloon. Bomb Tower not really good against that.
Great defense right there, but we've seen it earlier on with Pandora's Smash, the Hog Tesla. You can defend, but once triple elixir happens, that's when it's so difficult because that lightning is always going to get so much value.
I know Pandora's micro was so perfect for so long when he was going up against Pedro as well, and then that lightning at the very end even had 2 Teslas down, just no way to stop it.
And you have to wonder if Airsurfer saw the match earlier against Pandora and saying, okay, you know, actually, maybe I can learn from this. Maybe I should just play slow and wait for that triple elixir. I mean, obviously, these guys are pros. They're going to know what to do, but it's still something to think about.
And just a little bit of a misplay there, not getting that Firecracker behind the Evo Knight would have been a little bit more threatening, but made it so Airsurfer could defend very, very easily. And now a good NATO to deal with that pesky Firecracker. She's been a nuisance all day today and still stays alive. Bowler will clean her up, but not after good damage is done.
Right there, the left side Archer going to get 2 shots. Left side Crown Tower focused on the wrong thing. And we're heading into triple elixir, and this is where we really start to see the pushes build. Will he try to get double E-Giant, double Bowler, try to get the lightning value? We're going to see how Airsurfer wants to set up his pushes.
56 seconds remain, 14:40 to 23:56. Now just a little bit lower with that EQ coming in. Seeing what Airsurfer can put together here, piling everything up. Phoenix getting in front, hoping to get that egg to pop, and then maybe the E-Giant to tank for it.
Right there, we see another NATO going to take out the Tesla, plus the Firecracker. Left side Crown Tower going to lock onto the Phoenix instead of the E-Giant.
And those Evo'd Archers just cut through that Evo Knight like butter. This is a great opportunity here, and the Firecracker once again, AC. Perfect cleanup, perfect placement by Adriel.
Adriel having no problem, again, using that Tesla so well, sniping the Bowler completely, and those Archers are going to come down. But here's the thing, Adriel cycles so fast, he's going to have another Tesla set up.
10:54, 1981. Airsurfer cannot break through. High Tesla there, and things go from bad to worse for the last standing player from NA.
Taking game number 1 is Adriel. I mean, 0 mistakes, I think that was. Hog coming down exactly when he needed to. No NATO in cycle, forces out the tombstone. Let me get a prediction log. Everything was done perfectly in that game number 1.
Yeah, me too, guys, me too. Mortar's always the way to go. But we'll see, speaking of mortar, Adriel has a 100% win rate here at CRL 2023 with Royal Giant, Balloon, and Mortar. So maybe he'll bust it out for those gentlemen over there.
Adriel defending the miner with the miner, not an interaction we often see, but it does make sense. You don't want to use that 5 elixir kind of from the monk to, it's just too much elixir to play early on. You want to feel out your opponent just a little bit more. Immediately recognizes what kind of deck he's going to be running against. The Little Prince, miner, log, probably looking like it could be mortar or it could be, and there we go. We do see the mortar. Crowd erupting right there, and this is a very strong push right now.
Yeah.
Little Prince taking itself out.
And now Airsurfer has 2 elixir in the tank to deal with this balloon, plus Phoenix, plus miner. I don't know what he's going to do here, AC.
Oh my goodness,
wow.
Gets the defense in perfectly. That's gonna be a Phoenix shot and a second one. But, I mean, that could have been so much worse. Only down 150 HP. We see a deep sigh of relief from Airsurfer. That game was almost over already.
And as I said, Adriel has been 100% with Loon here at our 2023 finals. Airsurfer looking to lower that number here in game number 2.
Snowball to defend against the miner, only giving up a couple shovels to the tower. Little Prince in response, and Phoenix coming in from the Adriel side. Bomb tower to try and take out the mortar, but Airsurfer doing a great job of protecting it, and I love this miner. It's going to allow these minions to explode on top of the tower, and
mortar will connect. No, distracted by the Phoenix. Now it should get at least 1 shot in. This is the deck I believe Vitor ran in his last match of the tournament in a dominant game 1 win. And maybe AC.
Wow. This is the second time we've seen that reflection work out for him. Little Prince in response to the balloon, and it is targeting the right thing, so not going to be too impressive of a push. But on the other end, Adriel forces out the Evo Mortar, and it got 0 value on offense.
Miner coming in for a little bit of hit here. Now a Minions plus Little Prince plus Guardian push, and all that cleaned up pretty well by Adriel. 16:08 to 20:68. 25 seconds remain here in regulation. Airsurfer facing elimination. Adriel with a game to give.
Airsurfer doing a great job of getting value throughout this match with the minions. Even though Adriel does have the arrows, it feels like they're always at least picking up some sort of value when they're placed down on top of the map.
Airsurfer has a 65% win rate with Mortar throughout the season, and a 78% win rate with Evo'd Mortar.
Finally, no reflection coming in. Airsurfer getting the timing down just right, and a pretty big lead right now. We're gonna see if he switches over to Miner Poison or if he tries to go in with the Mortar on offense. And right there we see it, Miner going in on the Crown Tower. One little evolution skelly, not a big problem. Airsurfer cleans it up very nicely.
Yeah, pretty fascinating for Airsurfer to go to the deck that Adriel struggled with against Vitor, and then you see Adriel going to the deck that we just saw Airsurfer struggle with against Mugi. So very fascinating, quick analysis here by both these gentlemen.
And right there, great timing from Airsurfer. The reflection just ending right there. Minions plus Little Prince. We see a lot of arrows value, but that's okay. You want to apply pressure and take out the balloon whenever you possibly can, and Arrow's getting a ton of value. How will he choose to defend it? And
that one minion, AC, that one minion is a lifesaver there. 15:06, 6:41, 60 seconds remain. It looks like Airsurfer might be able to even out this set as a big Monk Loon push comes in. The Monk, though, is reflecting. A second late on that miner is Airsurfer. Little Prince comes in. Nothing is on that balloon right now. Ice Spirit, perfect.
No second shot from the mortar, going in with the miner, going to force out a response. Will the miner lock onto the tower? It does. And right there, mortar not going to go to the crown tower, instead going to the miner. Arrows out of cycle, so again, these minions are coming down. 27 seconds left.
And a free poison right there for Air as he goes miner to the back. Goblins up high. He is completely in control of this game. You know he has another mortar. It's an Evo mortar. And Airsurfer takes a big sigh of relief knowing he has just claimed game number 2. We're going to the third game here in this best of 3.
Both players just no reaction whatsoever. Game number 3, let me get to my paper. Let me see what I have to play. There's no reason to celebrate just yet from either of them. I mean, there is a slight reason, a lot of money so far, but
And winner of this match will guarantee themselves $65,000. This is a $15,000 best of 1. And Adriel goes Evo Bats to start.
Airsurfer responding with the E-Spirit right now. Adriel, Little Prince. Oh, Airsurfer.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing so much Monk.
And you know what? Airsurfer happy to bring Loon out. He has a 71% win rate with Balloon on the season with 21 plays. Those are some real numbers there, AC. They do not lie.
Right there, great reflection timing. Little Prince taking itself out completely. Bowler. Okay, did the Bowler get itself right there, or get the crown tower down to 2764? How'd he get that damage?
And Goblin Giant about to cross this bridge. Fishboy happy to pull him there and pull him back if necessary. Good defense here from Airsurfer. Everything on the line. One moves on, one goes home.
And we're seeing a lot of guards. Once the arrows are out of cycle, these guards are getting so much value because all these decks are running these Snowball, Log, Rage. It's so easy for the guards to get a ton of value in specific matchups. And I love how simple Adriel's deck picking is. He goes, what did Airsurfer struggle against? Well, Higher ran the Bats minions yesterday, and that was the game 1 loss that Airsurfer had. And then Airsurfer turned around and reverse swept that set. Adriel did the same thing in game 1. Airsurfer adjusted. He's now doing it again in game 2. Airsurfer lost to it once. We'll see if he's learned or cracked the code to make sure it doesn't happen again. Adriel with almost a brilliant play right there. The raging up his own troops, but he was trying to set it up where the E-Spirit was going to get taken out because of it. Instead, Airsurfer going to play it off to the side and not going to be a problem defender.
And the double Fishboy groan there as these Evo Bats come in right behind that bowler. That's a lot spent by Air, but he has this nice Hunter right on top of the Gob Giant. That is a pretty clean defense.
Right there, gets one shot from the Goblin Giant. Little Prince in response to the Hunter, and a slight mistake on Airsurfer's end. But right there, with the help of the Fishman, he's going to be able to take that completely out.
And I really like the aggressive Fishboys here. Fishboy gonna pull Airsurfers, and then it's gonna pull his RG coast to coast here, going towards that left tower. No, still focused. I don't think he knew where he was going. He's like, I can go to the King Tower maybe.
Adriel finally getting himself a good little push going. Goblin Giant plus the Rage. We are going to see a King Tower activation, but we might need to see, oh, the Goblin Giant does retarget onto the King Tower. Good situation from Airsurfer.
Arrows right there, perfect, and beautiful Monk reflection here from Air. Gonna get some decent damage on this left-hand tower. Monk taking for those guards, and if y'all forgot, guards are still boss in this game, and we go. Evo RG at the bridge, pulling towards the weaker of the 2 towers.
Right there, does get one shot and going to get 2. Come on, 3. Is he going to get a 4th? No, not entirely.
And the Fishboy gets a hit.
Wow, getting the tower all the way down to 1403. Airsurfer has put on a clinic so far on defense, but we're going to have to see if he can do it for 1 minute, 40 seconds more.
Screams into the lead. I love that we're seeing Monk plus RG here from Airsurfer. It felt like almost if this, then this. If you saw Monk, then it was always going to be Balloon. But right now, Airsurfer doing a decent job cleaning this up. His Monk connects on that bottom left-hand side. 22:19 to 14:03. 80 seconds remain in one of these two's 2023 season.
Going in with the RG, not going to be the Evo, so will not struggle as much, but because of the Fishman being placed on the left side, Adriel cannot respond with a Fishman
2 shots
own to pull.
63 seconds remain. Airsurfer in the lead. Adriel, a bit of a grimace on his face, knowing that he has a lot to do here in the next 55.
Right there, the Guardian targeted onto the wrong thing, so the Hunter getting a ton of value. Will the Bowler be able to do anything? No, this Hunter with 1 HP is putting in so much work.
And the Evo RG at the bridge. Fishboy pulls closer, but a second Fishboy comes down. It's distracted, does pull it! It does pull it! Airsurfer will survive!
He's gonna come in with the fireball. Good game coming out from Airsurfer. Airsurfer reverse sweep it for the Melon Boys. Shows off the shirt. He's got the set.
A rough start to the day, but Airsurfer survives! And you can see there the fan favorite, the longtime vet, the best ever from North America stays alive.